I'm Ken Zelin with McIntosh. For years, McIntosh has been putting equalizers in their top-of-the-line integrated amps and preamps. Well, now we've come out with the MQ112. This is an equalizer as a separate item that can be added to many systems, and it has a lot of uses. So why would someone want an equalizer? Well, for several reasons. Possibly because your room acoustics are not ideal. Maybe you're a collector of older recordings that need a little bit of help, especially in the deep bass and the high highs. Also, when watching TV or watching movies, you might want to boost up that voice range just a little bit so you can understand the words better. What an equalizer does is it divides the entire sound spectrum into little slices and allows you to adjust the relative levels of the sounds in each frequency band. The MQ112 is a tool for home use similar to what a recording engineer uses when mixing recordings in a studio. So now let's take a tour of the front panel of the MQ112 and see what it can do for you in your system. So we'll start here with the EQ control in and out. So out bypasses the equalizer, in activates it. So you can compare the sound with equalization and without it. The tilt control allows you to shift the tonal balance overall. In one direction, you'll be boosting the bass and reducing the treble. In the other direction, you'll be boosting the treble and reducing the bass. It's ideal for quick corrections of recordings. Now let's get into the heart of the MQ112, the 8 frequency bands. Here we divide up the sound spectrum into little sections and allow you to play with the sound. The first 2 controls, 25 and 50 Hertz, adjust the very deep bass. For pipe organ, reggae music, you might want to boost it a little bit, or you might want to reduce the bass a smidge. The next controls you'll use a lot. They adjust the richness or fullness of sound. For instance, I have a great recording, Diamonds and Rust by Joan Baez, and I like to add a little bit of richness to her voice. So I'll turn those controls up just a little bit. The next control, labeled 1K or 1000 Hertz, adjusts your perspective. Turn it up, you're a little bit closer to the performance. Turn it down, gives you more of a distant perspective. The 3K or 3000 Hertz control is the brightness of sound. Turn it up a little bit for an older recording that may sound a little bit dull. Turn it down a little bit if you want to soften the sound. Lastly, the 10K or 10,000 Hertz control affects the extreme highs in the music. Turning it down can help reduce noise. For older recordings, you may wish to turn it up a little bit to extend the range of the music. And lastly, we have the power switch. The MQ112 can also be set to automatically trigger on and off with the rest of your system. Let's take a look at the back panel connections next. The MQ112 is easy to connect. It goes between the output of your preamplifier and the input of your power amplifier. If you have an integrated amplifier, be sure that you have preamp outputs and power amplifier input connections on it. If you're uncertain about the connectivity of your system, consult your dealer first. So you'll want to take the output of your preamplifier and go into the input jacks on the MQ112, and you have a choice of unbalanced or balanced jacks. The output of the MQ112 will connect to the inputs of your power amplifier, and we'll use output 1 for that. Again, you can use any combination of balanced and unbalanced jacks for the inputs and outputs. They're all always live. If you have a subwoofer, that can connect to output set 2. And the trigger jacks allow the MQ112 to turn on and off automatically with your system. You'll find the MQ112 to be a valuable tool for compensating for imperfect acoustics older recordings, and let's face it, it's just plain fun.